Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. For those of you who've been on a second ago, you'll know we had a couple of technical difficulties and that, but I think we are ready to rock and roll now. Today's NMD Live is with the gorgeous Jacque, and Jackie's here. I can press add, bring Jacque on. Let's have a look to see if we can get this happening. So adding. It's flashing at me this time, which obviously means it's working, and that, which is cool. Over this last month, it's been awesome. Yay! Oh, dear, don't you love it? It's great when it works. Oh, it's really good. Excellent. All righty, let's have a little look here. Okay, cool. All right, we've got beautiful people coming on. That's awesome. Love. Okay, hey Rachel, hey Sally, hey Carla, hey Jenny, hey everybody. So Jacque, I know we're probably in between kids sleeping, are we?
Yes, we are. 2 down.
And you know what, this is what I love about this business, is the fact that literally we do get to do it in stolen moments. I think so many people kind of talk about that, and not everybody always gets it, but I know myself, it would be kind of like, you know, one would go down, you'd run and get those few phone calls done and whatever like that, and then, you know, you would just hope that it would all kind of balance itself out. But yeah, all right, well, we will move straight into it just in case. And I'll start off by asking people how long you've been in the Juice Plus business and how long you've been a national marketing director.
Oh, that sounds like a trick question. I'm actually coming up to my 3-year anniversary with the business in April. Yeah. I think it's the 19th. So I've been 3 years on the product and 3 years in the and 3 years in the business in April. And I went national marketing director just before my 30th, so just over a year ago.
Okay, awesome. So 1 year ago. Okay, awesome. And also, if you heard that, if you heard just in there when Jacque was sharing with you, she went on the product and the business at the same time. So sometimes, or very, very close to. So sometimes that conversation is one that is worth having. You just don't know what's on people's minds, what they're actually looking for, and that. So for you, that was the case. And through that 3 years, you've also expanded your family as well, didn't you, in that time?
I think there's something wrong with us mentally.
Well, you know, it's just God bless Juice Plus, hey?
Yes, it honestly is. Don't talk to my husband about it. He thinks he's some kind of stud. But we've added 2 babies. So we had 1 and we've added 2 more. So we have 2 under 2 currently and a 4-year-old, and Jed turns 2 next month. And Lord help us, he is wild.
So there you go. So that's the thing. Again, hey, Kirsty, you know, no excuses. At the end of the day, you can build this business. You can become a national marketing director all by being pregnant most of the time. And nursing a
baby attached to you. I've been to conferences with babies and pregnant. I've never partied at a Juice Plus function, which you guys are all very lucky for. So make sure I'm pregnant all the time with breastfeeding. And, you know, breeding wild ones.
Amen, Aaron.
I went Q 2 weeks after Jed was born. So there was really no excuses then. It was like, all right, he was out. Let's get this. That was one thing ticked off. Let's get this other thing ticked off. And then we could have a little bit of downtime. That's not to say I haven't had moments and got to spend quality time with my babies, because that's it. Like, I was feeding Livy's, no, that's not Livy. Evie has just started exploring with food. So I was, you know, giving her a little pancake this morning, some of our Juice Plus pancakes. And I had a real moment of, this has to be it. Like, this is it. There's no way I could return to a job where I didn't get to do all those little things every day, because I have been completely blessed to be home for Livy's entire life, and she's just over 4, and same with both the other babies. So
which is really awesome. You know, it really is, because that is the beautiful thing about it, is that, you know, really you've been able to be completely present and add to your family, expand to your family in close proximity, which for some people that would be just it. They'd be lucky to be breathing. But you're building a successful business at the same time. And so, you know, I just love that. You know, whatever other lessons that you actually choose to share with us now, I think that if everybody can take away the fact that and it's not about a comparison thing. It's just knowing that everybody is on their own journey. However, you get to choose your heart. You get to choose what it is that you prioritize, what it is that what excuses you allow yourself to use and what ones you don't. And so your kids have been able to be part of National Marketing Director School, you know, leadership retreat, conference. You know, they've actually done all of those things, and you know, they're barely walking. So,
yeah, that's right. Well,
so,
Evie just did her first, Evie's did a retreat and in February with Team Freestyle, and she just did Scott Harris course on the weekend. So
yeah.
she's well and truly into that coaching game already.
I love it. I really love it. So let's get into, while we have got some quietness there for you, let's get into your lessons then. What's the number one lesson that you've had over, you know, this relatively short career of 3 years, but you've fitted a lot in?
Yeah, well, I think we kind of hit the no excuses thing on the head. And that's not to say there aren't moments where I honor where I'm at, because when you have a newborn and a baby, like a toddler who is a baby, it gets heavy and, you know, overwhelming and all those things. But it's just remembering to honor where you're at and being okay with the journey. Don't compare yourself to those who are going at lightning speed, because that's only going to affect your journey. Instead, just honor where you're at, be okay with your growth, and this will grow as you grow with whatever you've got going on. But don't wallow and be that victim of your circumstances. Instead of just be there and keep working at it. But my biggest lesson, and this is something I just shared with my team, and it's something that kind of came back to me the last few days, is, you know, live that mission. And Jeff Roberti always says it. If you are not always living the mission, I mean, we're not perfect, none of us are, but you have to be on a health journey the entire time. Whether you are a VF or an NMD 100 clubber, you need to be on a health journey. If you aren't attracting customers and probably even team, you need to look at that aspect as well, because if you're not living the mission, using all of our products and sharing how you're using them, just living well, eating well, being well, then people aren't going to buy into what you're doing, because they buy you, not a product.
Yes.
They see what you're doing and your journey, and that's what they buy, and they want to be part of that. And I know for me, it was like the last probably month, I let an injury get bad, some carpal tunnel, which magically a chiro appointment, a wrist brace for a few days, and it's like it was never there. But I had kept pushing that aside, and it affected my exercise and all that side of things. So I wasn't sharing that side of my life. I did the odd food porn post, but I really wasn't sharing that side of my life. And I saw no customer growth for myself personally. And so when I reflected on that, it was like, well, that's it. I'm not living the mission properly. I'm not really sharing that side of my life. So if you are currently looking at your customer numbers and you're not, you know, happy with it, that's somewhere you need to reflect on. And like I said, we're not perfect. I love Friday nights. My husband goes out to his brother's place to play table tennis because they're big nerds, and I get a connoisseur ice block, and I have my chill out time, and that's what I do. That's my naughty thing. If I can get all week with being good, I get a connoisseur ice block on Friday. I'm so glad.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And look, and it's honoring your journey, because at the end of the day, this is the thing that we are, and I think we said this a few times over the course of the month, is that, you know, we are on a mission about inspiring healthy living around the world and helping as many people as possible achieve their dreams. That's our mission. That is basically the mission that we have, and everybody is at their own pace on their own journey. However, it's just so important that we are honoring it. And I know, I mean, you know, it's not going to, for some, it's not as easy as for others, or, you know, it's not naturally inclined that way. So you've got to work a little bit better. But no matter what it is, it's just being mindful of it, you know, drinking your water, or, you know, having your shake, taking your capsules. I mean, it's not about whether you're posting it up. Are you actually taking your Juice Plus every day yourself? Like, you know that. But others will actually know it through what you're doing, you know, making your choices, you know, your salad or whatever it might be. Now, and I'm definitely not perfect. However, I know that I can honestly say each day that I'm on the journey. And that's all we're asking you to do, is make sure that you're on the journey. I really love that. It is about living the mission. It's the first question probably to ask yourself. as you go about your journey, because it will impact. We touched on one of the calls, and I'm trying to remember who it was, and that, but we were touching about it being authentic, the journey being authentic, and that's authentic in all ways. If health or being healthy, it's not about being a swimwear model. This is about being healthy. If that's not actually important to you, well, then maybe this is not the right business for you. Let's be really honest about that, because you can't be authentic about it if you're not living it. So great one to start off with. Love it.
Sideline, I just wanted to add there, I had to write it down because I have mummy brain really bad, and I thought of it, then it went, and then I thought of it again, so I had to write it down. Something for me a few months ago, I went, oh my God, I get paid to look after myself. I get paid to, grow my mind, and I get paid to be healthy or on a health journey. And it's not perfect, never perfect. But the fact that I'm inspiring people to do the same, I have to be on that journey.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I won't get paid. That's simple.
I love it. That's a great way of putting it, actually. And the other thing that I wanted to kind of pull from there is it's also actually powerful from the point of view that if you're not living the mission, how it directly impacts, like you said yourself, you can see that there is a drop in those customer numbers or whatever. So it's being I suppose congruent with where you are at. And making sure that you're on that journey. So it's the same. It's just about being proud out loud, really. I suppose it's just another version of that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Cool. What's the next one?
I suppose the live the mission thing, if I just see that brain is all over the place, live the mission thing on a business point of view as well. And that comes down to your belief. It's not just about the health program, but if you want to create that reoccurring income, that residual income, you've got to be sharing the business opportunity with people. So you have to share what it's doing for you or what you're excited about it doing for you. Because right now you may not be home full time with your kids, or you may not have bought that house that you really want to buy or whatever, but you're sharing those goals and along the way as well. And that's just having that vision long term about what this is going to be for yourself. It's a business. It will have ups and downs. We all know that you're committing to a business, but what it will be for you is whatever your vision is. So make sure you're sharing that with people as well, because that's really important.
I agree totally.
Yeah. So I think also it's following the process. So we are really lucky. It doesn't matter what team you come from under the Juice Plus umbrella, you will have processes in place that will help you be successful. Plugging into these sort of things, the hours of power, just following your fast track sheets and that sort of thing, and just getting obsessed with that process. I cannot remember who this comes from, so I'm going to claim it as my own. But unless you fall in love with that process, you won't be successful. The outcome won't happen until you love the process. So it's end of month right now. We're all in tears. We're all a mess. Oh my God, are we going to make whatever is happening for us and our team members? But you need to fall in love with that little bit of adrenaline that comes with it and make it exciting. That magic of getting through end of month and going, oh, we did it. Congratulations. That is worth it. And not just for you, that sets the standard for your team. And when they're following that process and they're following your feed, end of month becomes exciting for them as well. So just follow that process, get completely obsessed with it. If it's not growing, go back and look at what part of the process you need to tweak or do more of.
Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And yeah, it is one that I've heard a number of times at different times, kind of thing, is about falling in love with the process. Otherwise it will be it's going to be full of roller coasters anyhow. But if you're kind of falling in love with the process and you're looking at that long-term goal, well then it all adds up. Alrighty, cool. Next.
Okay, so this is big for me, having had 2 babies in the process, and that is staying close to the fire or staying in line, whichever term you want to use. And I know probably before and after Evie, I got really low iron, and it made me all kinds of stuff going on mentally, and it was not my easy end of pregnancy. So I definitely stepped away from the fire. I wasn't plugging into our trainings and our events and stuff like that. probably because I was just honoring where I was at. But as soon as I got back in line, I was on the trainings. Once I was feeling great again, then I got the magic again. You know, if you're not every week getting on a couple of live events, whatever your team is doing, going to some live in-person events and being on as many trainings as possible, but actually getting into action after those trainings, that's where you're going to fall away and you're going to lose the vision. You know, you will have people in, or we have people in our business who are just here for that sense of community, and just being on the trainings is the highlight of their week. So staying close to the fire for you and for those people who come into your life is really important as well, because that's where you're going to have the vision. When you get that no from someone who you thought was going to be amazing, or you get that, you know, negative comment, if you are still tapping in and being inspired all the time from trainings and live events, those no's are going to mean nothing to you. It's just going to roll off your back and you'll move on to the next person to talk to.
Yeah, I love that. And again, it is something that we hear. And team, I know that there's, you know, you might kind of go, oh, you know, I'm sure I've heard that somewhere else this month. That's actually success leaves clues. Okay, so if you're hearing this more than once, it actually means, oh my gosh, that could be something that I should pay attention to. You know, there's a huge clue there, and that because multiple people that have successful businesses are actually saying the same thing, and that would be something that I would really most definitely be saying, okay, where can I stay close to the fire? Is it some of the corporate trainings that are on? Is it some of my team trainings kind of thing? Is it, you know, the guest events? Is it, you know, your team might not have a particular program, so you're part of the Healthy Living Revolution. So is it getting involved in that group? And is it going on those guest events? Or if there isn't one, get a sideline buddy or someone and go, you know what, let's start our own Zoom events. Because, I mean, Jackie, it's not like you live in some, you know, major city or anything like that. You know, you're out in Toowoomba. And your team is... And I love Toowoomba, by the way. It's gorgeous. It's a little bit like my beautiful Lonnie and that. Yeah. In fact, they're probably about the same size. But that's the thing, though. Like, so it's not like before you really made the commitment to actually get out there and make some stuff happen, like that there was anything there. There wasn't anything there. There wasn't something for you to go hang out with and plug into and whatever. And I to be honest, I get a little bit... I suppose frustrated at times when I hear, oh my gosh, you know, there's nothing here, there's no one to plug into, you know, and whatever. And I go, well, go create it. Go create it. That's the thing. Anywhere where I hung out, we just created it. And the other thing too is I think that we can get actually a little bit lazy. Technology has actually made it so easy for us that sometimes it's nearly too easy, because we can plug into a call that's actually going for people all over the place, rather than us getting off our butts and saying, you know what, each Tuesday morning, I'm going to hold an event at the local cafe or the local play and fun place so the kids can play and we can have coffee and chats kind of thing. Or, you know, on a Wednesday, whatever it might be, you know, we've got to be proactive to get off our butts and go, you know what, I am going to make it happen. So I'm actually going to start that fire that others can stay close to. And that's going to be my legacy for this business and that as well. So I love that. Stay close to the fire. But if the fire's not there, create the blinking thing, okay?
Yeah.
Rub a couple of sticks together and go for it. I love Kirsty says the big smoke. I love it. Yeah. Toowoomba is the big smoke.
And I think too, Celine, you mentioned sideline buddies, and that's such a powerful thing. If you have sideline buddies, that alone is going to help you stay in line and stay focused. When I started this, Erin McPherson, who you guys all know and love, she started it at the same time, and we have just become the best of friends. That relationship, you know, when we're having those face down moments of, oh my gosh, you know, what are we going to do today? That's who I turn to, and we can pick each other up, give each other a few words, you know, of encouragement, and off we go again. We have our 5 seconds.
And you didn't know one another, did you?
No. We didn't know Kira either, and we both just happened to start on Kira's frontline at the same time, and just linked together and ran together. So find a sideline buddy, and yeah, we created events together. We're back doing events together and all that great stuff. It's just good to have someone to link with like that and become your Juice Plus bestie.
Absolutely, absolutely. So just to clarify, because I think sometimes people think that you're in the same team, as in you guys are directly under one
Yeah.
another or whatever like that, and that because your journey's been quite similar. But you know, Jackie and Aaron are not, like, they happen to be under Kira, but they're actually not in the same downline per se,
Yep.
single line. They're actually sideline buddies.
Yeah.
They literally just ran together. And what I think was really good there was a common interest. You know, you've you got young children and all of the rest kind of things. So you understood one another's kind of, you know, strengths and weaknesses there. But also too, because you were actually walking a similar journey, you could actually call BS when either one of you probably has a moment, and you can kind of go, come on, we're going to do this. And I think that that's awesome. So there's someone out there for everyone, team. There really is. There is another person that's walking the journey the same as you. And if you're not finding that in your own upline or downline, well, go find it sideline, because our Juice Plus family is quite a big family. So you will find you'll find a running partner if you're prepared to actually look for it, or go recruit one or the other. Excellent.
I think that's a good point too, Celine. What you said, if you're not getting it from up or down or something like that, is that you don't actually need your upline, your downline, anyone to be successful at this business. I'm blessed with awesome support. But what I know is that if they weren't there, it wouldn't matter, because I can plug into that process we talked about. I can plug into the Juice Plus stuff and still be a success at this business, because it's up to me and no one else.
Yeah, awesome. Great point. Great point. All righty. And number 3.
Oh, I thought that was like 4, actually.
That was probably, well, I mean, I've been writing it down in these big lines, but you've been adding so much in here. So I've got honor where you're at, don't wallow in it, live the mission, product and business, stay close to the fire. And that, yes. Actually, yes, there is more than,
I was a school teacher once, Celine. I can count.
Oh, it's cool. Well, have you got any last minute words of wisdom to leave them with?
Look, guys, I just think this is it. Make this your plan A. Don't go and quit your job right now, but make this your plan A. Catch that vision. We are blessed with the most amazing company. You know, we have Celine there as our mama bear, and when you get to meet them, if you haven't been to a conference yet, get your butt to Perth, meet them, make the effort to go up and get your selfie with Celine and Peter and Louise and Mick and everybody there, because we are blessed with that company support that I know a lot of small and large companies out there don't get. So, you know, work on the belief if that's what you're missing, but get to conference and catch that vision at conference, because it will blow your mind. We do the best conference. I've been to an American one. We do a better one as rocks. She paid me to say that. No, just joking.
Absolutely. Checks in the post. No, look, again, I think it's just because it's like a big family reunion. That's the thing, that you literally are catching up with people. Even our New Zealand, and again, I want to raise up our Kiwis. We had our first New Zealand official conference on the weekend, and it was a little bit like a big family reunion. It was just awesome. And so I would encourage you all. It's we're 11 weeks, I think it's 11 and a half weeks out from conference, which is a bit scary because it's getting closer and closer. But it's definitely happening. And yes, Sandy, I am Mama Bear. Yeah. But yeah, it is awesome to be able to come together. You know, you said about staying close to the fire. That's the biggest fire of them all. That's the one where actually you'll find your running buddies. You know, if you are looking for a running buddy, you're going to find them at conference, because there's going to be so many other people there that are probably doing the same, looking for their running buddy. And you will be blessed to be able to make friendships that will last you a lifetime. Absolutely. And that. So we did well. There was no crying. There's no kids running.
Magical.
It's awesome.
I feel like
Jackie,
a rock star.
I so appreciate you, darling. I really do, fitting it in during the day here to be able to bless and add, you know, wisdom to our team. And again, guys, Jackie's here sharing with you with everything that she's had in the 3 years that she has joined this business, extending her family, moving houses, all sorts. There's been so much that's been going on. but every day she gets up and she shared with you herself, is she living the mission? She asks herself that. She's staying close to the fire. She's got her running buddy, and she's just doing the do. What I love about this is that ordinary people absolutely create extraordinary lives and businesses by just being prepared to commit each day. So thank you, Jackie. Love you big time, girl. You're awesome.
Love you. Thanks for having me.
See ya. Bye.